It's time for Bad Cats Baseball here on the Bad Cats Media Network. My name is Mark McClure. Glad to be joined today by Brett Allen as the Bad Cats are looking to make up for yesterday's loss in Game 2 of a three-game series against the Hutchinson Monarchs. Ended up dropping yesterday's game by a score of 6-2, and now they are away from the friendly confines of Al Burns Memorial Field and have moved here to Hobart Detter Field in Hutchinson, Kansas, as we'll play the back end of this series here in Hutch. And the Bad Cats are looking for some better results here against the Monarchs after really both sides didn't do all they needed to yesterday, Brett.
Yeah, honestly, it's something that everyone's going to have to look at from their own perspective. But, baseball's a game of failure, and sometimes we mess up over and over. But tonight, hopefully, we can get things in order and get the bats going early with Alex Rogers, number 4, leading off tonight for us.
Yep, Raj returns again. He is the DH today as he was yesterday. He's still working through some trouble with the ankle, but good enough to DH, and the Bad Cats need his bat and, even more importantly, his legs in the lineup with the way that he can create out there as the first pitch is tight. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, I ask him every day, how's it going, Raj? How's your ankle been? And he says it's getting there every single day. So hopefully that means he'll be back out there running around catching fly balls soon.
And this one up and away from Raj, 2-0. Caden Wickersham is on the bump here for the Monarchs. He's been a little bit rocky at this point in the season. He's got an ERA north of 9, but he has only pitched 4 2/3 innings. The issue has been the walks, 10 walks in 4 2/3 innings against only 5 strikeouts. Gets a swing and a miss there from Raj, and the count will go to 2-1. His last outing was actually a successful one, going an inning in relief at 3-1-6, or versus 3-1-6, I should say. He ended up striking out the side in that one as Raj turns on this one, hits it well out to deep left field. Schneider on the run as this one hooks towards the line, and it one hops off the wall. Oh, check that. That one did. It went out of there off the foul pole. That is a solo shot to lead off the game for Alex Rogers, his second home run of the season. Welcome back to the lineup, Alex.
It's just good hitting. 3-1 count, looking for a pitch down the middle, and he got it. Got all of it. Perfect stuff. Great job from Alex.
Could not be a better start for Great Bend with their leadoff hitter going deep on Caden Wickersham. And that'll bring up Riley Silva. Here's the first pitch. That one too high. 1 ball, no strikes. It'll be Silva, then Larinaga, followed by Connor Allen, Kyle Gates, Colby Christian, Adam Musto, Brady Kreitzer, and for the first time in a while, Dre Amaro gets the nod. The 1-0 pitch is at the corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. We talked about it before with the Bad Cats. They've really been helped by the long ball this season. That was their 18th home run as a team, and it's kind of gotten them going in a lot of games. So to see a leadoff home run from Alex Rogers, it certainly gets this offense in gear that had 4 hits yesterday. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and he blows that one past Silva, so at least a bounce back there from Wickersham, striking out Riley Silva after he gave up that solo shot. One away in the inning, brings up Simon Larinaga. Got the day off yesterday, and Bad Cats hoping that does not cool down his bat, hitting .415, 6 home runs, 21 RBIs. Leads the team in both home runs and RBIs. Kind of showcased everything this season for Great Bend, and they're hoping that he can keep it up. This one backs him off the plate a little bit, 1-0. Use a pitcher, sometimes when you're dealing with a dangerous hitter, you got to back him off the plate a little bit. And
definitely. There's nothing wrong with a bit of chin music.
You're the one in charge out there. As this is on the inside corner to Larinaga, 1 ball and 1 strike. Last game out for Larinaga was the series opener. He picked up a hit in 4 at bats, but he did strike out twice. Here's the 1-1. We'll check swing. It was a strike anyway. And Simon behind here, 1-2. Wickersham delivers, and Larinaga takes that one down low, 2-2, tried to get him to fish for it. Simon stepping in for Bodie Waller, who got the start at first base yesterday with Alex Rogers occupying the DH position. Only one of them can play at a time, which is unfortunate for the Batcats, but having that speed in the lineup, especially at the top of the lineup for the Batcats, is just so pivotal for them to operate. So they've elected to go with Alex Rogers, and you want to get him some at-bats before you stick him out in center field, which I think every pitcher on the staff.
Needed that first at-bat, though.
I mean, didn't need that. I mean, he could have crawled around the bases. 2-2. And he gets punched out here on one letter high. So there's 2 away now for the cleanup hitter, Connor Allen.
Might not be the worst thing in the world hitting home runs when you have a sore ankle, because, like you said, you could just trot around the bases as you please, and he might get used to that pretty fast.
Connor Allen at the plate, hitting .265, cleanup hitter today for the Batcats. They're still hoping for a little bit more out of his bat. He's found ways to get on base constantly. He gets hit by pitches, he draws walks, but they just want a few more hits out of Connor Allen. Takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. He's been hitless in his last 3 starts on June the 19th, 21st, and 25th. 1 pitch, that one inside, but keep in mind the game before that stretch, he did go 3 for 5.
It's the thing with guys like Simon and guys like Connor with the size they have, swinging a strong bat and stuff like that. You can run into a ball, get it off the hands, and still sometimes can grab a base hit out of it. So it's not bad to have someone in the lineup, even if they're a little cold sometimes.
Then a hitter's count here, 2 balls and 1 strike. And that one's away from Connor Allen, so another Batcat with a good hitter's count here, chance to do some damage. And the pitch. Connor takes a strike there, and the count will be full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch coming. Here it is from Wickersham, and that's on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. So Wickersham gives up a leadoff home run to Alex Rogers, and then he strikes out the next 3 he faces to get himself out of the top of the first inning. It's 1-0 as we head for the home half here on the Batcats Media Network.
This is your third baseman, Adam Musto, and you're watching Batcats Baseball on Batcats Media Network. This is your third baseman.
And we're back here on the Bad Cats Media Network. Mark McClure and Brett Allen on the call as the Monarchs will get their first chance to swing it here against the starting pitcher for the Bad Cats, Braden Tower. Tower has been strong for the Cats this season, in ERA under 3 in 17 2/3 innings. Outside of that one game where he got roughed up against Hayes, giving up that 3-run home run to Dylan Dreiling, he's been strong, and he likes to work quick as the first two pitches are split 1 ball and 1 strike. The leadoff man is Lane Brewster for the Hutch Monarchs. Towers 1-1 pitch. That one's not there. 2 balls and a strike. You never exactly know what you're going to get from Braden Tower on a given start. Some days he may strike out a bunch. Other days he may miss a bunch of barrels. But either way, he finds ways to get outs as that one catches the outside corner. 2-2. Just take his last 2 starts against the Sluggin' Rebels. He gave up 1 run on 6 hits. Only had 4 strikeouts the whole game. And then his following start against the Aviators, he went 5 innings and struck out 8 and gave up no hits on 4 walks. Here's a payoff pitch, and Brewster swings and hits this one high in the air to left field. Kyle Gates gets under this one, and he'll make the catch for the first out.
Batting second for the Monarchs, the second baseman, number 3, Bryce Logan.
And this will bring up Bryce Logan. Logan, a 300 hitter even. And first pitch to him, just outside, misses for a ball.
Good pitch for a first pitch, breaking ball, just missing the plate. I don't know where, but
This one popped up shallow outfield, coming in on a Colby Christian, and he'll make the catch, and there are 2 away. So Logan now 0 for 6 to start this series for the Monarchs. Near the top of the lineup, have not been able to get much production out of him, as this brings up Sawyer Thornhill. Thornhill did not play either of the 2 games in Great Bend, but he gets the start here today, and they're excited to have him back in the lineup. 9 for 19, 6 RBIs. As Tower misses that one outside 1-0. It does seem like he's moving a little quicker there today.
yeah, he does, which is great, especially when you're pounding the zone, but sometimes it's good. I like to see him. He comes to the back of the mound, takes a breath after a ball, and then goes in there and speeds it up again. But, you know, strike this last pitch, and here we go. He's already coming into the next one.
He'll come with a 1-1. This one sharply on the ground, a shortstop. Dre Amaro fumbles with it, throws to first. Did he recover in time? It took Larinaga off the bag. That'll be an E6. It's going to be difficult for Amaro to kind of get himself back going. He's missed a whole bunch of games for the Bad Cats, working with an arm injury, and you got a sharply hit one over there to short.
Hunter Autry.
So you're dealing with kind of being a little bit out of practice, and you combine that with the fact that you never know exactly how the arm is feeling.
He's definitely got the glove for it, though, so first one in a while, maybe a little bit of pressure. Let's hope the ball finds him and he can correct that.
Has not played since June the 14th. That was 2 weeks ago. As this will be a bouncer that gets into right field. A base hit for Hunter Autry, another Monarch, with his first start of this series. So there are 2 on with 2 out.
Batting fifth for the Monarchs.
That was the first hit of the game for Hutchinson, and an RBI chance here for Nixon Brannon. You see Connor Allen go out to the mound. You don't want Tower to get fired up here in any way. He's still in a good spot after getting the first 2 outs, and he doesn't want to let that error hurt him.
And it doesn't hurt, you know, base hits are going to happen, but to give up 2 hits in 2 pitches, it means you're not walking guys, you're not giving up a lot of free stuff, and you're keeping your pitches down. He can get out here with a weak contact or a strikeout and prove to be just fine.
First pitch misses to Nixon Brannon, another newcomer to this lineup. Bad Cats have not seen him before. Here's the 1-0. That's a strike on the inside corner, and it'll be 1-1.
Danny, pretty much everything's going to be on E. Everything for the Monarchs is on this.
Brannon has only played in 1 other game this season. We went 1 for 4 with a double. Watches that outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Catch trying to get out of trouble here with 2 runners on. Inning was extended because of an error on Dre Amaral at the 2-1 pitch, and this ball's turned on and hit a mile foul.
Long strike is what they like to say. There's nothing wrong with that.
That is difficult sometimes to see that ball get hit that far, even if it's foul as a pitcher.
It is, and that comes down to the pitcher's mindset. You know, you got to think one way to look at it, it's all right, he's way ahead. Now what can I do to keep his bat sped up and get him to swing early at maybe an off-speed pitch? So sometimes it's a good advantage, and because they're swinging with more confidence.
2 balls, 2 strikes on the ground, foul. That was right by third base. Musto had made his way over there. So infield a lot different than the one that was seen in really both the other games this series. Really a switch up here for head coach Roger Ward. Only Larinaga and Musto have played as this one is flared out. Shallow center. Charging in on it is that's Riley Silva making the grab for the third out. That looked like it might drop in, but Silva did a good job tracking it, made the catch, and that gets Braden Tower out of the bottom of the first inning. And it's 1-0 Batcats after that solo shot in the top of the first by Raj. So we go to the second, and that's the score.
This is Batcats pitcher Dash Albus. You are watching Batcats baseball on the Batcats Media Network.
Back at Hobart Detter Field, home of the Hutchinson Monarchs, as the Hutch Blue Dragons baseball team. As there's a few Hutch Blue Dragons or future ones in this lineup as Kyle Gates smashes this pitch out to deep left field. It gets over the head of the left fielder Austin Schneider, and that's going to be a double to lead off the top of the second inning for Gates, who loves playing in this ballpark. Had a huge grand slam in the Midwest Regional Tournament last season for the Batcats, helped them get into the NBC World Series. So something about playing in this ballpark gets them fired up on game day.
Yeah, that ball is crushed.
To the opposite way, too.
Mm-hmm.
Really good stuff there for Gates. And now the Batcats an opportunity to do some more work here as Colby Christian, the right fielder, comes in. Here's the first pitch to Colby, and that one down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Colby was one of the only Batcats who could claim they had a good day offensively yesterday. Really just him and JoJo Nieves, who's not starting today. Colby 2 for 5, 2 RBIs, had a big double in the 7th inning that helped the Batcats narrow the gap. Couldn't go the rest of the way, though. Ended up dropping it 6-2 in Game 2 of the series. As this pitch is up high 2-0, but these games have been very competitive for the Bad Cats. First game 4-3, wasn't much in it, and the Bad Cats had plenty of chances in the game yesterday, but they left a brutal 11 on base.
Yeah, we did leave a lot of guys on, and sometimes that's hard, and not everything's going to go our way, but to be 1-1 in the series, we're probably the two better teams, Hutch and ourselves. So, yeah, it's going to be another good game tonight and definitely tomorrow night.
Carson Coffey makes the grab out in right field on that fly ball from Colby. Kyle Gates elects to stay at second base. Not going to try and test the arm. So there's one away, and here is Adam Musto. Musto back in the lineup after back-to-back starts for Coulter Maldonado. So this is his first time seeing Monarch pitching. Wickersham's first pitch, a swing and a miss from Musto. He will be playing baseball in this field starting next year. Committed to Hutch JUCO. And Gates is on the move here, swing and a miss from Musto. There's a throw down to third, and Gates swipes third. Batcats have been big base stealers all season long. That was their 63rd stolen base of the season. Now Musto got to focus on trying to get something in play. Any productive out will score a run. Monarchs leaving the infield at normal depth. That one too high, a ball and 2 strikes. Wickersham looked over at third as Kyle Gates gets his lead. Musto still in the hole, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Musto foul tips it, just stays alive. Musto 5 RBIs to this point of the season. He's got a really good swing that has some power to the opposite field in particular. That seems to be where a lot of his hard hit balls go. 1-2. Another good take there by Musto, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, definitely something you got to know as a pitcher looking at the team you're going to go face when you're into that analytical stuff is, all right, what's the spray chart on a guy? Big, strong guy, you got to know where to throw to him, and inside would be the way to go because that outside spot is definitely a lot more in his suit. Unfortunately, swinging and missing on an inside slider there. Good pitch.
That's the 4th strikeout for Wickersham. He likes to get his arms extended. Musto's a guy that really does like to do that, and he's got the long arms, big build, and sometimes you can jam him up. So that'll bring up Brady Kreitzer, back catch, trying to not leave this run on third. First pitch, swing and a miss from Kreitzer. Kreitzer has also not played in this series. Hunter Gotro's gotten the 2 starts at second base. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Kreitzer takes a strike now, 0-2, hitting .289. He has 7 RBIs this season. Trying to make it 8. Fort Hays State product steps back in. Wickersham set. Here's the 0-2. That one just high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wickersham very comfortable here at Hobart Detter Field. He played here all spring with the Hutch Blue Dragons. And the 1-2. Another good take. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kreitzer fights his way back from behind 0-2 to even.
When you talk to Brady in the dugout, he's a very smart hitter. So even going, getting in the hole early in this at-bat, it's good to get to 2-2.
Fouls one off there and didn't let that inside pitch jam him.
So, no, definitely a tough out. Very smart guy. And you find a lot of guys at the level he's playing at like that. There's a lot of really educated baseball guys that, are definitely not something you can just take lightly. So hopefully he can get a base hit here.
2-2.
Good watch there.
That one, eye level, 3-2 count.
Ideally, you want an RBI, but there's nothing wrong with getting the next guy to the plate and making him throw to another bat. So base hit or a walk here would be great.
I think I like the other one too.
Dre Amaro would be next if the inning continues. The 3-2, and Kreitzer sharply on the ground to shortstop. Clemens lets it eat him up, and that allows a run to score. It'll be unearned, but the Batcats will take it. It's 2-zip.
No RBI.
So the defense
Batting ninth at shortstop.
not too clean.
Amaral.
That ball was smoked, though, straight at him. You know, those ones that stay down on the ground sometimes can take a good hop there, and looks like it just bounced straight out of the glove.
And that brings Dre Amaro to the plate. First pitch. And that's in for a strike. Prior to picking up that injury, Amaro was hitting .227 in 22 at-bats. Trying to get his feet back under him as he takes the 0-1 pitch for a ball, 1-1.
Good guy. Dre's been itching to get back on the field. He's hated having a sore arm and comes and hangs out at my host family's house sometimes recently, and he just talks non-stop baseball, so it's always good to be around a guy like that.
And Amaro requests time here, and it's granted by the home plate umpire. And Wickersham was taking his time.
Yeah, like last week.
A base hit here with 2 outs is dangerous to put a guy in scoring position for the Batcats coming to the top of the lineup.
They did that the very first.
Love to see that from Dre.
That one a strike to Amaro.
Now with our season, and they put a new net in, and the NAI had a regional here, and they cut. And I came up to help fix that.
Kreitzer has his lead off at first.
See violations on
Amaro choking up on the bat. Here the pitch. He gets it in play to first base, but this will be picked up by Autry, and he tags the bag at first for out number 3. Batcats get a run, courtesy of the error by Hutch shortstop Cade Clemens. Kyle Gates came across to score. It's a 2-0 game at Hobart Detter Field.
This is outfielder Kyle Gates, and you're watching Batcats Baseball on the Batcats Media Network.
Missing it.
And we're back here at Hobart Detter Field, and we will get a first pitch foul ball from Cade Clemens. Shortstop for the Monarchs today has not appeared in the series to this point. 0-1 pitch, and this one hit to shallow center. Going to be a hard play for Silva. Hung up long enough, though, for him to make that catch.
He's too quick. I'm excited. You know, there's a couple Barton guys on this team, and, you know, losing Alex Rogers, an All-American center fielder next year for Barton, you would think would be a heavy hit, but we're going to have the same guy you see out there now back behind us, so that's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, and he's going to do a lot of the things that Rogers did.
Oh, yeah.
Throughout his Barton career, he's going to hit leadoff, and as we've seen, he's done well doing that. He had the couple of triples at Hayesville in the finale of that series. He's held his own out in center field. He's really done a good job, and I mean, he is just a worker bee That's the attitude he takes to the ballpark every day, and
you always want to play on a guy's team like that. It's just easy to be around.
Not the most vocal guy you're going to find out there, but at the same time, I mean, his play and attitude does all the talking that you need.
Well, those are the kind of guys that when they talk, everyone shuts up to listen, even myself talking so much, but he's definitely got his head screwed on straight.
It's a ball and 2 strikes here to the right fielder, Carson Coffey. Tower delivers, and this one sharply hit to shortstop. Chance to make up for it for Morrow. Great sliding stop, throws first, and that's in there. And that's out number 2.
I think that play definitely makes up for that first one. You know, got the wiggles out, you know, getting a hard hit ball straight to you, makes the hard one in the hole. That was a good play.
Number 6, Austin Schneider.
And that'll bring up Austin Schneider. It's 2 New Mexico State products to round out the lineup for these Hutch Monarchs. It'll be Schneider and then his college teammate Jacob Wiltshire. And the first pitch, and that'll be called a strike, 0-1.
Looks like he almost caught him with moving quick like that. Wasn't fully ready and pounds his own. That's a good job from Braden.
Quickly goes again, 0-1. This one to straightaway center field. Silva doesn't look like he's going to have to move at all to make this catch. Had to take about a step there, but still easy out in the end. And that retires the side. Braden Tower works a 1-2-3 bottom of the second inning. And the Bad Cats have a 2-0 lead as we go to the third here in Hutchinson.
Right here in the center of the whole USA, on the bend of a river, in the heart of the Sunflower State. Great people, great places, great band. You've got to take a weekend or a lifetime to spend with so many things to offer. Come again and again for great people, great places, great band. Great people, great places, great band.
I've done this for 37.
Back in Hutchinson, my apologies. Here's the Bad Cats lead 2-0. We're in the top of the third. Mark McClure, Brett Allen calling the action from Hobart Detter Field. And we're at the top of the order with Alex Rogers, who hit a home run to lead off the game in the top of the first inning. And first pitch is outside to Raj. 1 ball and no strikes. That's definitely a way to bounce back, especially after a game where he really couldn't manage much yesterday. Picked up a walk but was 0 for 4. That's a strike in there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Raj on that one just hit it off the foul pole. Looked like he was going to hook foul on him and just hit the foul pole to get that home run. That's high. 2 balls and a strike.
It's definitely hit far enough. It hit on that second section of the foul pole, like flag that sticks out into the fair territory. And he definitely got all of that one.
Here's the 2-1. Raj takes it outside 3-1, so he's in another 3-1 count. That first home run came on a 3-1 pitch.
Yeah, Rogers proven obviously today, but definitely not a guy you want to leave on over the middle of a plate.
Here's the 3-1. Up high, ball 4. Raj walks to lead off the third inning.
And that's what's so great about him, having that power potential to put a ball out like that, yet you never want him to just get on first base anyway and go, oh, let's pitch around this guy because he can put me over the fence. But now you have one of the fastest guys and leading base stealers on the bases, and that's just dangerous.
He's just so far from just a stereotypical leadoff guy that walks and frustrates teams with
bunting.
Base hits and bunts and things like that. They threw over on him, but the ball gets past the first baseman, Autry, and Raj gets over to second base.
Normally, you would think he'd get to 3 on that, watching him round second. He did have quite a bit of a limp, actually, and we'll just hope his ankle gets better. As we need that speed. That's a guy that would definitely can be on 3 in that play.
Because he is really the definition of a 5-tool. Leadoff guy. He can hit for power. He can hit the ball in general. He's got good speed, great defensive prowess, and
a pretty solid arm. You know, he's definitely got the package, and that's why he's getting to go play at Division I baseball next year at Stephen F. Austin.
You know what they say, those 5-tool guys, they can run, they can hit, they can throw, they can hit with power. I mean, those guys, and Rogers checks all those boxes.
He claims he can pitch too, but he did throw a bullpen the other night, and I don't know if we can give him the pitching title yet.
This is the 1-0. That's a strike called. 1 ball and 1 strike. He says he's got a really good cutter, like a cut fastball, but he says he needs at least an 8-mile-an-hour backward.
I was about to say, yeah, sometimes it cut it onto the barrel when you're throwing, you know, not super hard.
That's called a strike 1 and 2. Riley Silva at the plate for the Batcats. 1-2 from Wickersham. That misses down low, and it evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Silva struck out his first time. Actually, really great bounce back in that first inning for Wickersham. Gave up the home run, then 3 strikeouts in that inning. And he was let down by his defense in the second. 2-2. Inside
Great
that hits
job.
Silva. There's now on first and second for the Batcats. You see a lot of guys turn away, step out sometimes, but Riley Silva's never going to be one of those guys. He does not move his feet in the batter's box, which a lot of coaches tell you to do.
No, 100%. It's, you know, I had one coach back home in Australia say, if it's not going to hit you in the face or the pinky toe, don't get the hell out of the way. If it's going to hit your pinky toe, he said that's going to hurt, and your face, you want to protect your pretty face. So that's a good job by Silva staying in there. It goes back to what we were saying earlier about him, you know, when he's playing defenses. That's the definition of a gamer. You want guys on your team that are there to play and do everything they can to give the, you know, opportunity to the next guy in the lineup.
Casey Lepolt out talking with Wickersham here. He's in some trouble, 2 on and none out. In the top of the third inning, already down a pair. And you're going up against this meat of the Batcats order. Some dangerous bats coming up, starting with Simon Larinaga.
And having some outs to play with and a 2-run lead gives these guys, you know, the confidence of, hey, I'm going to put a good swing on this pitch. I'm going to try and do some damage and not hit scared, which is what you want from guys swinging hot bats.
Big secondary lead there from Alex Rogers as the first pitch misses a ball and no strikes.
One thing Raj and I talked about is getting those big leads as a fast guy. When it's threatening, no catcher wants to get stolen on. You tend to actually feed fastballs to your hitters, even if you're not going to be stealing, by getting a big lead.
Here's the 1-0, swing and a miss there. 1 ball and 1 strike. This is certainly a duo capable of a double steal, though. Rogers and Silva.
Oh, definitely.
We'll see how aggressive Roger Ward is. Makes the calls from the dugout as John Mariani now coaches at third full time. 1-1. It's a strike 1 and 2. Larinaga got caught looking in at-bat number 1. Higher stakes here, though, with runners on first and second. Here's the pitch. And he's punched out again, second time. Simon's gone down looking.
Wasn't too happy with that call, but, you know, it's hard to see from up in the press box, but sometimes, you know, umpires aren't going to be perfect, so you do have to just nod your head and walk away and come up and try and do better next time.
Okay, what'd you do, Sammy? The cops are here.
So Connor Allen steps in. It's all Barton all over the place. Barton at the plate and on the bases, both. First pitch up high, 1 ball and no strikes. Certainly not loving that they're here at Hobart Denner, home of their biggest rivals. 1-0 pitch. And that's a strike, 1-1. We've talked about it, though, at times during the broadcast. It has not created an awkward situation in the clubhouse with all the Blue Dragons and the Cougars that share the Bad Cat uniform.
Exactly, which is quite funny, you know.
Double steal on here. They throw down to second, and everybody's safe as Silva gets underneath that tag. Put him on second and third.
Yeah, you're totally right. You know, when you're talking about Adam Musto that's in the lineup today going to Hutch, he's been my teammate. I've played against him in Australia and now on his team, and then we're going to be rivals through the next college season. Myself at Barton and him at Hutch, and they've got Hutch and Barton guys on the other team as well.
And this one a strike on the outside corner, 2-2. There are a few Cougs on the Hutch Monarchs roster. They've not been seen yet in the series. Tanner Schrag and Carson Cornelius. Schrag an outfielder, Cornelius a pitcher.
Didn't he break his? Yeah, reason 6. Or just before reason 6.
And we're going to see a balk called here. And that is going to score Alex Rogers to make it a 3-0 game as Silva gets to third base. And a self-inflicted wound there for Wickersham.
A tough inning here. Even with a good strikeout.
That one fouled off by Allen, and it'll stay 2-2.
Shaking his head after fouling that. Probably thinking he could have swung because he looked like he definitely saw it pretty well.
Two-two pitch. Allen, high pop-up into foul ground. Thornhill is under it by the coach's box and makes the catch. 2 away.
Left fielder, Kyle Gates.
It's big out there for Wickersham as now Kyle Gates likely needs a hit to bring this run in from third. Gates with a big opposite field double.
First
In his
pitch
first
he
at
saw
bat.
too.
Just an ambush to start the top of the second inning. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. Got one on the outside corner there to make it 0-1. Wickersham 0-1, and this one weirdly goes out towards right field, drops a base hit. Riley Silva scores. Second hit of the game for Gates, and it's 4-zip.
Again, that comes back to what we said. Swinging a strong bat. Kyle Gates, a very athletic and strong guy. Loves going to the gym, and being able to handle one out there just makes extra pressure. And looks like that's the end of the pitching outing.
And it is, as Wickersham will depart after 2 2/3 and 4 runs. As the Batcats have done 2 runs worth of damage here in the top of the third inning, and it's still not over yet. They have Kyle Gates on first, and there are 2 outs. We're going to step aside here on the Batcats Media Network, and we'll have all about the new reliever when we come back. Brent Herman will take over for the Hutch Monarchs with a runner on first base. And Colby Christian at the plate. See how things shake out in the remainder of this inning. Is the first pitch a swing and a miss. Herman, originally from Canfield, Ohio, 6'1", 165 pounds, plays at Allegheny College. Here's the 0-1. That's outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Herman has his first appearance here out of the bullpen. He's made 3 starts previously, a 2-0 record and a 2.34 ERA. 17 strikeouts to just 5 walks. Swing and a miss there from Christian, 1 and 2.
Looks to be a lot of good arm side run from the left-handed fastball there.
5 innings pitched for him in his last start against the Twins on June 24th. Gave up 3 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts. It's well outside, 2 and 2.
We need to put a game on that list Friday night.
Not full rest for him, though, so you're not sure exactly how long he's going to go.
Hit that 500 attendance list. That would fire. You might have a chance.
A runner going here on the 2-2. It's inside, no throw. And Kyle Gates has his second stolen base. He has done it all. Single, a double, a run scored, an RBI, and now 2 stolen bases for Kyle Gates.
Having a day so far.
And his Batcats lead at 4-0 here at Hobart Dinner. The 3-2 is hit right back towards the mound. It gets over the mound. Now the shortstop, Clemens, has to charge throw to first, and it's in time to get Colby Christian. Zach Dobbins didn't like it. Now he's having words with the field umpire. And now Roger Ward, he's out of the dugout. And it was a close bang-bang play, and it's ruled as an out. Colby Christian couldn't get the infield hit, but the Batcats get 2 runs in the inning. And they lead 4-0 as we head to the home half of the third here on the Batcats Media Network.
This is Bodie Waller, first baseman, and you're watching Batcat Baseball on Batcat Media Network.
Braden Tower back on the mound, now with a 4-0 lead, so he has more of a reason to pound the strike zone, which he's already been doing plenty of in this game. First pitch, miss to Jacob Wiltshire, the designated hitter, batting 9th. And he swings at the 1-0 pitch and pops it up on the infield. Simon Larinaga trying to track it down. He makes the catch. 1 away.
Very efficient. 2 pitch outs. Braden definitely seems to be in the zone today.
Top of the Monarchs order, the center fielder, Wayne Brewster.
And then the lineup turns over for Lane Brewster. Brewster sees the first pitch ball. 1-0. Played a lot this spring in Sam Houston State. 1-0. It's a strike, 1-1.
Yeah, again, definitely the Hutchinson Monarchs seem to be one of definitely the better teams in this league, just as the Batcats are, and that's why the series is so exciting to watch from up here in the press box, but also play in gives you a good look as a junior college guy, junior college heavy team, of what's going to be like at that next level.
Going up and away 3-1 because you're seeing a lot of Division I bats. I mean, you just go through this lineup. We got Lane Brewster. He's at Sam Houston State. Austin Steiner, Jacob Wiltshire at New Mexico State. And that one down low, a walk issued to Brewster. First walk that Towers given up. I mean, that's the goal. And that's the type of players you're going to be facing.
100%. And to compete as we are, you know, again, a lot of junior college heavy team, especially our pitching roster, it feels good. It's confidence boosting and shows you that you can hang and hopefully get yourself to that same level.
First pitch swinging here for Bryce Logan. Slow roller to Kreitzer at second base. Goes to second for one, and that's going to be the only out. Smart for Amaro just to eat that one. The Badcats get the second out, and Bryce Logan reaches on a fielder's choice.
The third baseman, Sawyer Thornhill.
2 cheap outs and a walk. Doesn't seem to hurt Braden today, so hopefully we can get out of this with no damage done and keep those bats going, because everyone's looking very good today.
Sawyer Thornhill comes to the plate. First pitch is inside. 1 ball and no strikes. This is kind of more what you expect from Braden going into a start. The 8 strikeouts in his last start were kind of an anomaly for him. He's normally a pitch-to-contact guy, lets his defense do most of the work for him. But he's never really looking for strikeouts out there. Thornhill crushes one the other way, gets it under the glove of Adam Musto, and that'll be a base hit. It puts 2 on. I mean, that was going to be a tough play for any third baseman. I don't care if Nolan Arenado was at third. That was shot over at Musto unless you're in perfect position or you see it perfect. That one's going to get by you.
He did good. I think he got a small bit of the glove to it, so that was good effort. Again, yeah, that was a rocket. Seemed to miss a little bit over the plate there. Still 2 out, so should be comfortable up there.
Connor Autry at the plate, and he's late on that one. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Autry with a single to right field in the first inning. Trying to get the Monarchs on the board with runners on first and second. 0-1 from Tower, and this one hit to left center field. Riley Silva on his horse, going back towards the track, and this one is going to be off the wall. 1 run comes in. They'll wave around Thornhill. The relay throw is way off target, and 2 runs are going to score. Autry's second hit of the game is a 2 RBI double that cuts the Badcats' lead in half. And it is a 4-2 game. Silva did what he could to track that one down, but that one smoked into the gap in left center.
Tough break there, getting 2 guys on with 2 outs. A great hit deep into the outfield. It's a pretty solid playing park. It seems to be pretty big, but that ball was definitely struck well.
That brings up Nixon Brannon. The Monarchs have gotten themselves right back to within striking distance. Brannon with a fly out. His first at-bat in the first inning. And then the 1-0 here. He hits in the air to left field. Kyle Gates camps under this one, makes the catch. And that's the end of the bottom of the third inning. But a big 2 RBI double from Hunter Autry tightens this game up. 4-2 the score. And the 4th inning coming up on the Badcats Media Network.
This is Alex Rogers. You're watching Batcat Baseball on the Batcat Media Network.
Batcats ready to start here in the 4th inning. Adam Musto will lead it off, and it is going to be 7-8-9 due up for the Cats in a 4-2 ball game. Batcats had their lead cut into there on that double from Hunter Autry, and they'll try and battle back as Musto rips one to first, and Zach Dobbins fumbles it.
What do you call that? E10? Is he in the 10 spot with,
Yeah, like maybe 0.
with Source over there? Oh, yeah, 0. And then we can give Source 10 over there.
Yeah, 0-1 pitch. And
Oh.
Musto crushes this ball
Wow.
deep to right field.
Wow.
Turning back on it, Coffee.
See you later.
Gone. Adam Musto crushes one out to deep right field. His 2nd home run of the campaign. And it's 5-2 Batcats.
Definitely hoping to lock into this ballpark, hitting his first ball out here. Again, that ball was crushed. He must have heard us talking about his opposite field power and wanted to prove us wrong by
Yeah, I can go pull heavy
smoking
too
away.
if I have to.
I can get my hands inside one. That was awesome.
Great swing there from the Australian. And that'll bring up Brady Kreitzer. Here's the first pitch. And that one's on the corner, strike 1. I mean, he had been waiting to break out. I mean, you come to a Batcats home game, if you get there early, you're normally going to see Musto in the cage, swinging, trying to work on different things. And something worked well right there.
And that's the biggest thing, like as myself being a foreigner, just like him, coming over to America, you know, guys that make it over here, you've done a lot of stuff on your own, and it's great for him to have the kind of guidance and coaching that he's been searching for a couple of years. And again, hoping that that's going to really help him out. I wish him all the best at Hutch next year. I think he's only going to get better. He's a big, strong, athletic guy.
1 ball, 2 strikes here to Kreitzer, and he lays off that one too far outside. It's a 2-2 count. Kreitzer reached on an error in the 2nd inning, then ended up bringing around a run. Batcats have scored in every inning so far. They've been really strong offensively. Swinging and a miss there, and Kreitzer out on strikes. First strikeout there for Brent Herman. And that'll bring up Dre Amaro. Nobody on for Amaro. Has to get something going with the top of the order coming up next. Swing and a miss there. 0-1. He takes that big step. He opens up his stance when he swings.
Very unorthodox kind of swing, but, I mean, he's had hits fall in already and then just got unlucky, you know, not getting to play as much with the injury. But, again, fouling one off there, he seems to be able to see it well, and hopefully he can string a few together for himself, making his appearance back on the field.
0-2. Herman looks in. Got what he wants. And the pitch. Morrow hits this one foul. And gets out of the ballpark. I will say there's some great sound effects here at Hobart Detter Field. You don't get that everywhere you go. A lot of the glass crashing and
it gives you
all
a
kinds
very
of good
good,
stuff.
you know, almost minor league feel. I mean, it's a collegiate level field that they play at, so it's great to have this, you know, as what we get to play on in the summer.
Amaro gets caught looking there. Back-to-back strikeouts for Herman. And that brings up Alex Rogers in the top of the order for the Batcats. Rogers has reached twice already, a solo home run in the first, and he walked in the third. 2 runs scored. Feels like he's starting to catch his stride again after the injury to his ankle. Sat out for more than a week. First pitch misses. 1 ball and no strikes.
And I can tell you he's been itching. He is so happy to get back out in there.
I mean, yeah, because there was talk yesterday. They weren't sure if they were going to bring him in. They had him run, and they waited to bring the lineup out until after BP, let him get some swing, see how he feels. A check swing, grounder to the left side, Clemens is up with it. The throw will beat Raj, but I mean, you could just see it in his eyes. He always wants to play, and it killed him to be out of the lineup for as long as he was. Batcats get another run. Solo shot from Adam Musto makes it 5-2 Batcats. Bottom of the fourth is up next here. And we come back on the Batcats Media Network.
This is Batcats assistant coach Jonathan Mariani, and you're watching Batcats baseball on the Batcats Media Network.
And we're back for the Monarchs' fourth here on the Batcats Media Network. 5-2 Great Bend. They've really been on the offensive all game long. Had a run in the first, run in the second, 2 runs in the third, and a run in the fourth. Still just 5-2 game, though. A lot of baseball to play. First pitch strike across as Braden Tower gets ahead of Cade Clemens. Monarch shortstop flew out in his first at-bat. 1 ball and 1 strike after that last one missed.
Braden working fast. Even when he shakes off, he's what looks like just 1 shake off. He's shaking off 2 pitches and comes in there with what he wants and gets back ahead here.
Immediately ready to go. A ball and 2 strikes, and this one weakly grounded right back to the mound. Tower throws first, and that one is in time for out number 1.
And you can see how it's effective when you're pounding the zone. You know, you've got to have the balance when he throws a ball to take a breath and pause and get that back. But in a rhythm like this, it is hard to hit against, regardless of how hard, how good his pitches are. You just have to keep getting swings in.
He fields his position real well with that one. Good throw to first. It can be tough when you're coming off the mound to make that play. And Carson Coffey steps in. First pitch a strike. And it's actually interesting. I wanted to ask you, when you're making that play, do you stick with a sidearm motion or do you go overhand?
I just throw it as hard as I can because I feel like if I don't think about it too much, then it's more likely going to go where I want it to go. So probably the worst person to ask there because I go for everything when I'm out there and just try and make a play. But no, I think I tend to stick to my normal 3/4 over the top motion instead of down the side.
This one ripped to right field. That'll be a base hit for Coffey. Takes a turn at first, but he'll stay there. And now it'll be Austin Schneider, the left fielder.
I think the biggest thing for a pitcher when fielding their position, though, is definitely if the ball's got to you, you most likely have time. So slow down, then make that throw because you're the closest guy to the batter other than the catcher.
First pitch is popped foul, and that'll get out of the field of play down the left side. Schneider flew out to end the bottom of the second inning. Got a runner on here. No one. And that one way inside. Gets past Connor Allen to the backstop. Carson Coffey to second base. Tower a little wild there. That'll be 1 ball and 1 strike. Tower sets himself up here. at delivery. Not there. 2 balls and a strike. Tower comes set first base side of the rubbers. Left foot is more centered, though, towards the plate. Starts with it even, and then when he comes set, takes that little step forward with the left. There's the pitch. That's a strike, 2-2. Carson Coffey in scoring position here for the Monarchs. They try to cut into the deficit, and this will be fouled away.
Third base coach not even flinching at that one.
Yeah, Darren McHugh, there's sometimes where he will reach out for it and then like fake the throw like he did make the play even though it was 10 feet away from him. I think that a lot of it is dependent on his mood, which is dependent on the score, which would indicate not too happy right now as this one's outside, 3-2. Played in the game a long time, played at Hutch in the 80s.
Wow.
And
so he's been to this ballpark before.
Many times. His 11th season with the Monarchs. Made it to AAA with the Giants organization. 3-2 runner moving here. Throw down to third by Allen's going to be late, and it's a walk, so they're on the corners now with 1 out. Coffey with the steal. Schneider reaches via the walk.
Pretty close pitch there. We've seen that cold today, but again, it's always hard to gauge from the press box. So like you've told me, you know, they probably have a better angle than we do, but Roger Ward coming up there to visit the mound.
There's not much going on down there in the bullpen. No one warming up just yet. Not sure what the eruption of cheer for was from the Bad Cats dugout there.
I think the team sometimes likes to tease Wardo when they can because he's a good, hard-nosed coach, which is great because he's always down our throats. So sometimes just a little chirp here and there at the baseball field puts him in a good mood, honestly.
So this meeting will break up. Just a...
I could probably tell you what he said out there. He definitely likes to come out there, and when he's spoken to me before, he goes, "What's up, Brett? I'm just out here wasting time. How you going? Take a breath." And that's sometimes really good because it just disconnects you for a second from your job and what you're trying to do to give you that mental break because it's such a mental game. And I love that as a pitcher because now you can lock back in, and it's like a fresh start.
And it's especially difficult sometimes for Coach Roger Ward. His first pitch for Wiltshire is a strike. 0-1. You're not a pitching coach in general.
Yeah.
Roger Ward, he pitched it at a period of time, but he was a hitter when he was in college at Barton in Kentucky. You're a summer coach, so it can kind of be difficult because you don't know necessarily what works with every guy. As this is going to be a foul ball. They're going to say a foul ball. It looked like it hit the knob of the bat. Now Wiltshire thinks it hits his elbow. Darren McHugh immediately wants the umpires to have a conversation about it. Wiltshire convinced as he heads to first base. And now they're going to award him first on a hit by pitch. That will load the bases. And now Roger Ward wants an explanation.
Interesting how fast that was overturned. I mean, from here it looked like to me it hit the knob of the bat. He didn't flinch at all. He didn't even move. And even when you don't move to take a pitch, you can see the body react. The body was going to react if you get hit by a pitch, so that's tough. Unfortunate for Braden, but 1 out. Good chance of a double play here, hopefully, with another soft contact.
Got to force out everywhere for the Bad Cats. Carson Coffey at third, Austin Schneider at second, and Jacob Wiltshire at first base as the lineup turns over for the left-hander, Lane Brewster. The first pitch. And Tower able to get ahead there.
Still pounding the zone. Still pounding the zone. Even in this pressure, you know, you don't want to give up a run right here. It's a closer game. But getting way ahead now is 0-2. That fastball right by the batter. It looks to be in a good spot here. Hopefully we don't get another foul ball / hit batter.
It's way ahead 0-2. Tower delivers, and Brewster stays alive with a foul ball. Only 2 walks issued by Tower in this one. Shows how much he's been attacking the zone. He's going to make the Monarchs beat him. They have the bases loaded, down by 3. Big pitch coming. And this one turned on by Brewster in towards the corner, and it will hook foul. That would have been big trouble had it landed.
Yeah, definitely, but still way ahead in the count. Again, 0-2. Obviously, runners on. There's a good saying that a lot of pitchers are taught is don't bounce breaking balls. You know, as you get to a higher level of play with runners on, you should be able to communicate with your catcher. Here's an opportunity. We can put one in the dirt and hope for a swing, and Connor Allen should do his job. Again, right there, being good behind the plate.
And that's why it's so important to be a strong defensive catcher, not just with your arm, but with your body and, you know, anticipating pitches, because that gives your pitchers confidence that they can spike one or they can go to really whatever they want. As Brewster puts one on the ground, it gets through Kreitzer into right center field. 1 run scores. Here comes the second, and it is a 5-4 game. It just got right underneath Kreitzer. It looked like he took a lot of space up there and had found a way through him. And they'll call it a hit for Brewster. Brings in 2 runs, and
that was
a 1-run
hit
game.
Hard. Very hard. Again, just missing his glove completely. No error awarded. It's just the ball is hit very hard.
So it's Coffey across the plate and Schneider across the plate. Jacob Wiltshire to third base as Brewster gets the hit and 2 RBIs. And it brings up Bryce Logan. And Logan squares to bunt. This one a really good one down the third base line. Musto tries to barehand it, but that'll be a base hit. And the bases are loaded. Again, a really crafty bunt there by Bryce Logan. And they're loaded now for Sawyer Thornhill.
Just kind of put that right in no man's land. Again, very, very strategic play there with 1 out. Guys on first and third. Musto playing pretty deep. That's a really good read. I don't know if it's by the coach or the hitter, but that's well done.
So Thornhill at the plate. He's reached twice already. First pitch to him, and he hits one pretty well to center field. Riley Silva should be able to make this catch. He does. Tagging from third is Wiltshire. He'll score as the throw is cut off, and we are tied at 5. New ball game in the bottom of the 4th. Thornhill does his job to bring in the run, so it's first and second. With Hunter Autry stepping in. Already 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Batcats really need to stick with Tower. We actually talked about it yesterday when Tower was up at the booth at Albert's Memorial Field. It does put some pressure on your arms because you got 7 straight game days, this being game 2. And with Dash Albus having to leave yesterday's game pretty early, it puts more pressure on the arms as this one out to center field. Caught by Silva for the 3rd out, so a lot of your long relievers are already used up. And the Batcats going to have to get creative with their staff, but Tower was able to get out of the inning with the tie game intact. 3 runs for the Monarchs that inning. 5-5 score going to the 5th on the Batcats Media Network.
We've all heard what they say about us. Flyover state, middle of nowhere, a bunch of country folk. Go ahead and fly on over. There's nothing going on. Nowhere to be. And yeah, we've got a lot of hard-working, entrepreneurial, best neighbor you could ask for farm families. We're proud of Kansas, and that's why we built our entire network for it. Next Tech Wireless, keeping Kansans connected.
Options. Everyone likes them, and at Office Products Incorporated, we offer options. Shop by phone or by having one of our OPI specialty salespeople call on you to help you find solutions. Shop online at OPIKAN.com to place your order directly or search for solutions, or come to one of our 4 store locations, Great Bend, Larned, Russell, and Hayes, to shop in person. OPI offers you these options for your shopping convenience. Which do you prefer?
Everything you need to power your business.
OPI. Welcome back to Hobart Detter Field, and we have a tie game, 5-5 in the top of the fifth. Looks like we're in for an offensive showdown. As Silva trying to bunt here on the first pitch, fouled it away. 0-1. We've seen it all in this series. We had a really great pitchers duel in game one that ended 4-3. Zach Thornton pitched phenomenally in that one, and then in game two, it was just a great pitching performance by Will Maynard, and 6-2 game, the Batcats couldn't quite rally, and then in this one we got a slugfest. That's baseball, though. Never know what you're going to get when you come into the yard.
I think good crowd here tonight. I mean, as much as you don't want to see your own team get hit around, or vice versa for the other team, it's always good to watch a fireworks show sometimes. It's always an exciting experience.
0-2 count the pitch, and Silva strikes out. And that is the second time that he has been out on strikes.
That's right. First base.
3 strikeouts for the left-hander Brett Herman. Looking pretty good out there. And now face Simon Larinaga, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
Oh, that dude was good. Things didn't go well for his son. No. No, it didn't.
Again, 0 for 2. Yeah, it's not the best start, but 1 for 3 is good hitting, and he's hitting above that average. So you can almost say a guy like this is due for a base hit here, or heaven forbid another home run. You know, some guys like him can just do that, you know, put one under the blue shed in the outfield possibly, or they could also just rope one up the middle.
0-1 pitch, and Larinaga takes a strike there, 0-2. And I've learned throughout this season already, you cannot judge a Simon Larinaga at-bat based on the last at-bats or what he has already for the day or the day before that, because, I mean, he has a really short memory, finds a way to put the ball in play. Hits one towards the middle here. Kate Clemens fields it, throws on the run, and gets out number 2. He's the type of guy, though, you could see him later in the game in a pivotal spot, and he could pick up a big hit, even though he may be 0 for 3, 0 for 4.
1,000%. I mean, he even came in against the Rebels, the slugging Rebels that we played earlier. He came in to pinch hit and hit a home run, you know, 1 at-bat for the day. So stuff like that, you can not count him out for sure.
Here's Connor Allen at the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout, and he popped out in foul ground. Nobody on for the Cats here. They've scored in every inning, but that streak is under real duress here as Herman looks like he's settled in on the mound. The lefty deals 0-1. Up and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. And there's the set. 1-1 pitch. Allen takes a strike there. 1 ball and 1 strike. One-two pitch. And Allen out on strikes there. And Herman works a 1-2-3 top of the 5th inning, gets those bats back in the dugout while they're hot. Monarchs trying to take the lead. Bottom of the 5th inning. Up next here at Hobart Detter Field.
This is your catcher, Grant Farlander, and you're watching Batcats Baseball on Batcats Media Network.
Back in great. My apologies. Back here at Hobart Detter Field as the first pitch fouled back in the bottom of the 5th inning. 5-5 score. Cats took a 4-0 lead in this game, but that's been erased by the Monarchs. Braden Tower still working on the mound here as Nixon Brannon takes one inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. And that one threw inside and hit Nixon Brannon. And the leadoff man is on for the Monarchs in the bottom of the 5th inning. So, again, more work out of the stretch for Tower.
The shortstop, Kate Clemens.
Swing on the first pitch, hard grounder to third, gets by Musto and into left field. Clemens gets on first, and now there are 2 on. None out. And threatening again for
The right fielder,
these Monarchs.
Carson Coffey.
Now it's Carson Coffey with 2 on. First pitch, and that one missed down low, a ball and no strikes. Coffey has a hit already in this game, 1 for 2.
Looking like there could be a chance here to break up this tie ball game and kick it back off with the lead of their own. The Monarchs too early base runners with no outs.
Check swing, and I'm going to say he went around there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Big right-hander Ty Riley is warming up in the bullpen for Great Bend. See how quickly the Bad Cats might have to go to him with Tower in trouble with runners on first and second, nobody out. Here's the pitch. This one fouled off. Count 1-2. Tower really looking for some type of unproductive out. Be massive for the Cats if he can find a way to get through 5 innings. That one high and tight, backed him up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Another foul ball. Two and 2. Tower trying to put Coffey away. And the pitch. Another foul ball, not going down easy. Tower will go back again, and the pitch. And that's going to hit Coffey on a 2-strike pitch. That's 2 hit batsmen this inning. And now we're getting some chippiness here. We knew it was coming. We're in game 3. These 2 teams have seen plenty of each other already. We saw Coffey take a look out there, say something to Tower, then he said something to the Bad Cat dugout. And now here's Roger Ward, possibly ready to make a move to the pen.
It's always interesting when those things happen. Sometimes, as a pitcher, I've hit plenty of guys, and sometimes it's unintentional, and especially when you've been going, 5 innings, almost 5 innings now, and you've thrown a lot of pitches, you're bound to hit somebody. So I don't know why you get that kind of chatter sometimes, and when you're going to get hit. If you hit someone on purpose, it's definitely very, very, very obvious. So
yeah, and it's not a situation there where you're going to hit anybody intentionally with guys on first and second.
no,
No,
no
a tie
way.
game.
It's the silliest thing to think, definitely, as a hitter. There's no shot I'm throwing at anyone in that situation, you know.
I think it's just it looks worse than it is just because he's hit 2 this inning.
Correct, it does. But, yeah, definitely unintentional. When a guy wants to cash in, the crowd and everyone, they'll notice.
So Schneider comes to the plate here. Bases loaded. First pitch is away. 1 ball, no strikes as the Bobcats are still waiting for Ty Riley to get warm. Couple of shakes for Tower. Now he has what he wants. 1-0. Outside again, 2-0 to Schneider, and got to get something across the plate here. You're behind on a batter you can't put on. And 2-0. 3 balls, no strikes, misses again.
Tough one there. That seemed pretty close, but again, you know, it's always easier for umpires to call strikes when you're throwing them more often, and easier to call balls when you're wild.
This one swinging 3-0. A hard hit to Musto. They throw to the plate for 1 throw to first, and Allen airmails the throw. It gets over Simon Larinaga. As Clemens comes across to score, Coffey's on third base. And that's a tough way to give up a run and give up the lead. What should have probably been a big double play and a killer error by Connor Allen.
Just off the top of the glove of Simon Larinaga, but definitely at too high of a throw. Simon's a big 6'3", 6'4" guy. So a jumping effort like that is definitely a ball in the air.
Third error on the Bobcats, and this one cost them the lead. It's now 6-5. Monarchs. First pitch ball to Jacob Wiltshire. Schneider got over to second base. And Carson Coffey on third. One ball, no strikes. The pitch. And this is inside 2-0. Tower with a deep breath. Come home with the 2-0 pitch, and Wiltshire hits it high in the air. Left field, going back on it. Gates at the track, and he makes the catch. Tagging from third base is Coffey, who scores to make it 7-5 Monarchs. That one carried an awful long way. Looked like it may find its way out of here, but
definitely
just
close.
stayed in.
Unearned run. Top of the Monarchs order, center fielder, Lane Brewster.
What a total turnaround in this game from the Monarchs. Game they're down 4-0 now, lead 7-5 in the bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch foul ball. Lane Brewster at the plate, his 4th time at the dish.
Better start already for this at-bat, getting that first pitch strike in there. It's so crucial. Sometimes fans might not understand how much more important that is for a pitcher. Putting a guy now down 0-2 with another foul ball, it's way different your approach as a hitter when trying to fight off now surviving instead of looking to attack and do damage.
0-2. Tower deals it outside and low, 1-2. Brewster 1 for 2. Got 2 RBIs, a walk. Another insurance run over at third base. This misses outside, and the count evens at 2-2.
2-2. It's definitely I never have said it's a hitter's count, but again, it's both an action count for the pitcher and the hitter.
And the 2-2 gets away from Connor Allen, trying to score on this is Schneider, and he'll get in standing.
Tough there.
And it's now 8-5. Bases are clear. And this inning has gotten away from Great Bend. The 3-2. And this one ripped over to Brady Kreitzer. He makes the catch, and that retires the side, but more damage done by the Monarchs. 3 runs across, give them an 8-5 lead. And the Bad Cats need more offense going to the 6th inning here from Hutchinson.
This is infielder Colter Maldonado, and you're watching Batcats Baseball on the Batcats Media Network.
Time for the 6th inning here in Hutchinson. And the Bad Cats now trail 8-5 as we have a new reliever for the Monarchs. Noah Kelly steps up here on the mound. First pitch swinging for Kyle Gates, hit into the shallow outfield, and this one caught in center by Lane Brewster.
Another aggressive at-bat for Kyle in that leadoff position this time, and just missing that one.
The aggressiveness had worked out earlier in the game for the Bad Cats. That time, no such luck. Kelly has a 3.37 ERA. This is his 5th appearance out of the pen. This one fouled away by Colby Christian. 5 1/3 innings for him. 10 strikeouts, 4 walks. He's given up just 2 earned runs. Both those runs came in one outing against the Cheney Diamond Dogs on June the 13th. Otherwise, he has 3 scoreless performances. And that one misses to Colby Christian. 1 ball and 1 strike. Colby 0 for 2, a fly out and ground out. Here's the 1-1. One down and away, 2-1, and it's just really the key for the Bad Cats to not get demoralized by losing the lead, and they got to go right back up there with the same approach they had earlier in the game, try and put more runs up on the board.
I mean, yeah, 100%. It can flip-flop so fast, as we've already seen now in this game. It's anyone's ball game. 3 runs in a collegiate-level baseball game is really not that much. Like we've talked, either a big swing can tie it up, or a couple walks here and there and some base hits, and it's going to flip the other way, hopefully, for us.
Two pitch coming to Colby. Goes the other way with this one in the air. Coffey settles under it to make the catch. 2 outs. Kelly 2 quick outs in relief. Came in for Brent Herman. Final line for him on the day. 2 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 run. That was earned. No walks. He struck out 4. And that brings up Adam Musto, who's 1 for 2 with a solo home run. First pitch misses away to Musto. 1 ball, no strikes. One 1-0 pitch. That's outside. 2 balls and no strikes. And the 2-0. Fouled back by Musto. 2-1. Still in a good hitter's count, though, and he already showcased what he can do with the power.
Yeah, growing up with him, he's always been a bigger kid. Always swung the bat pretty well.
Here's the 2-1. That one fouled right back. Yeah. Gave me a little bit of a heart attack.
Watch
That
out
went
there.
flying right at my eyes.
Under the bus on Twitter. I'll give you fair warning right now. Don't flinch. Don't flinch at a foul ball.
So the count is 2-2. And the pitch. And that one misses, and we have a full count to Musto.
Thomas Nelson still can't believe you threw him under the bus and he was at Hayes.
So we're ready for a payoff pitch. Bad Cats trying to get a 2-out base runner. Here's delivery from Kelly, and this one roped to right field, but that one's going to be a line out to Carson Coffey.
Wow.
Tough luck here for Musto. He lines out to end the top of the 6th inning, and the score remains 8-5, home half of the 6th. Up next.
This is left-handed pitcher, outfielder Matthew Howell, and you're watching the Batcats on Batcat Media Network.
Monarchs holding a 3-run advantage here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Tyrus Riley is going to do the pitching for the Bad Cats. They done after 5 innings for Braden Tower. First pitch from the hard-throwing right-hander is going to miss a ball 1-0 to Bryce Logan. Riley quickly into his motion, 1-0, and this one going to be over the head of Brady Kreitzer for a base hit into right center.
third baseman.
And this
Sawyer
will bring up Sawyer
Thornhill.
Thornhill, middle of the order. It's a tough starting point for Ty Riley. He's kind of moved between starting in the bullpen. And in this one, he'll be coming out of the pen.
We were up in Lincoln, you know that.
3.70 ERA for him as this one misses to Thornhill. 1 ball, no strikes. He has a 2-0 record. And he's exactly split his appearances, 2 starts and 2 bullpen outings. And swing and a miss there, 1-1. And his last outing was a start against Hayesville in Hayesville on the 23rd. Went 5 innings, 2 runs on 4 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. He's just really intimidating to look at on the mound when you're 6'7". Throws awfully hard and quick pickoff move to first, but Logan's back in safely.
Not only does he throw pretty firm, it's such an advantage to be that tall because the ball just gets on you that much faster. It's like he's throwing it from Little League distance almost from how far he strides down the mound. It's definitely a struggle as a hitter to see that ball come in like that.
And this guy is a tall guy. I mean, he wouldn't fit in a sedan. I mean, when there's the national anthem at Albert's Memorial Field and he's working up in the press box, his head's on the roof.
Yeah.
His hair touched the roof. It's kind of crazy to look at. As this one flared out to left field, Gates coming in on it, and he makes the catch on the run, and that's out number 1. Thornhill retired.
The first baseman,
And this brings up
Autry.
Hunter Autry, who's 2 for 3. Riley delivers here, and that's in for a strike on Autry. Autry singled in the first, doubled in the third, and flew out in the fourth. Badcats need to post a 0 here. Here's the 0-1. And that one outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ready to deal. This one outside. 2 balls and a strike now.
Another hard worker and another Barton player. Ty, he's going to be returning next year. I'm also excited to be his teammate. He's another good kid. They seem to have a really good culture over there. And it creates a good culture for this Summer League team, even with the mix, but they bring a good atmosphere to the team.
Count 3-1, so some danger here as Autry fouls it back. Yeah.
Hoping for a double play ball here would save us with no damage, and hopefully we can go get the bats going.
3-2.
Another
and
foul.
This is another foul ball.
Good thing you found that bucket. No doubt.
So we'll be set for another payoff pitch. Here comes swing and a miss, strike 3. Runner was moving, so Logan steals second. Autry out on strikes for a strikeout for Ty Riley.
The catcher, Nixon.
Riley rolling with the untucked shirt right now on the mound.
I call him Big Country. That's what I call him. He looks the part and acts the part, but he's a gentle giant.
The first pitch, a strike, and I guarantee you, Ty has no idea his shirt's not tucked in just because he gets so locked in on the mound 100%. On stuff like that.
He's also what we call a gamer, like we were talking about earlier with Silva.
And this one hit the other way to right field by Nixon Brannon. That's over the head of Colby Christian. That's going to bring in another run An RBI double as Logan comes around to score from second. 9-5. Now the Hutch lead.
The shortstop, Cade Clemens.
So more two-out hitting from this Hutch Monarchs team. They've done a significantly better job today than they did in the game yesterday. They left 10 on in yesterday's game and been much more efficient in this one. They had 6 runs on 11 hits yesterday. Today, 9 runs on 8 hits. Here's the 1-0. It's a strike in there, 1-1. Clemens 0 for 3. Wow, ground out, and he reached on an error. Swing and a miss there, and it's now 1-2 as Riley pitch away from getting out of this. Monarchs
Quite
have scored the
strikeout
last
heavy.
4, and he's a strikeout heavy pitcher. That's kind of how he's always operated.
100%. Hoping to get one here and get us back to the dugout.
1-2.
Great take there.
That was just low. That was a good pitch overall.
Great curveball. It's got a very 12-6, on the clock hammer curveball that comes out of an elevator shaft that we've talked about at 6-7. It's a hard pitch to lay off of because a lot of it's going to look like it's in the zone.
Swing and a miss. He just went at him with the fastball to get the strikeout. 2 strikeouts in that frame for Riley, but he does give up the 2-out RBI double to Nixon Brannon. And that moves the Hutch lead to 4 runs. It's 9-5 as we enter the 7th here on the Bad Cats Media Network.
Hi, this is Roger Ward, head coach of the Great Bend Batcats. I hope you're enjoying the free broadcast of tonight's game. Please consider donating to our interns who make this possible for the organization. Our donation link can be found in the chat at this time as well as in the video description. Enjoy the rest of the game and go Batcats.
In today's world full of change, it's nice to come across the simple things like consistency, reliability. And when it comes to the comfort in your home, one thing you won't have to worry about is the reliability of a Lennox furnace and air conditioner. Steeder Contractors has been your Lennox dealer in Central Kansas for over 37 years. We've beefed up our inventory and are prepared to deliver the same quality Steeder service that you've come to expect. When you need a high-efficiency heating and air system, rely on Steeder Contractors in Great Bend for service you can depend on, prices you can trust.
Batcats looking for some production here out of the bottom of the order. 8-9-1 due up in the top of the 7th. Mark McClure happy to be joined here by Brett Allen in this one. Batcats had the early lead, but squandered it after a 4-0 edge. Is now turned into a 9-5 deficit. First pitch misses to Kreitzer, and it's 1-0.
Again, one that you're warranted to move out of the way from by our standard we talked about earlier, coming at his head. Oh.
Hits this one
way
up the
foul
elevator
high.
shaft. Foul ground. Thornhill's over there, but that one will get into the crowd over there.
Almost getting hit himself and then almost hitting someone else.
One pitch. And that one upstairs, a little inside as well. 2-1. Ready? The 2-1 pitch, and Kreitzer fouls this one off again. This one down the first base side. That also out of play.
He's had a lot of foul balls today. Brady was talking to me today in the gym about him feeling really good in the box lately and hoping to have a few base hits fall in, because he says he's seeing the ball well, and that's what's just so hard about hitting, is it can be on and off even if you're seeing the ball. Another foul ball.
And he's staying alive in there. Kreitzer's a tough out in there. He really finds a way to get the barrel on the ball.
We have a lost set of keys. If you're looking for a set of keys, you can claim them at the merchandise table. Thank you. Everybody's checking their pockets.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and Kreitzer skies this one, left center field. Schneider makes the catch. He had Brewster there with him as well. And there's one away. Badcats have been very silent offensively since Musto's solo home run. Everybody been set down since.
Yeah, you
That's
hope
now 10
that
in
a
a
swing
row.
like that, you know, shuts the other team up and puts them on the back foot. But the Monarchs have done a good job to come back in this game, giving zeros the first 2 innings, and now 2, 3, 3, and then 1 run. Scoring every inning is very hard to compete with.
This one popped up on the infield by Dre Amaral and caught it first by Hunter Autry. 11 straight retired by the combination of Brent Herman and then now Noah Kelly. So it's to the top of the order. Alex Rogers will try and start something with 2 outs. Here's the first pitch. And that one grazes Raj. He's hit by the pitch, and that breaks up that streak for the Badcats.
Actually unstrapped his elbow guard for him. That was pretty interesting. Almost knocked it right off of his arm.
So 2 outs, Riley Silva at the plate. We'll see if Rogers is aggressive here trying to get something for the Badcats. First pitch to Silva. Backs him up a little bit. Want to know. Silva 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts and a hit by pitch. 1-0. And Silva hits this one in the air. Shallow center field. Logan makes the catch. And that retires the side. Badcats got a runner there with 2 outs. Can't do anything with it. And they continue to trail 9-5 the score as it's time to stretch here at Hobart Detter.
This is Batcats outfielder Dawson Fringe. You're watching Batcats baseball on the Batcats Media Network.
Carson Coffey. He's going to lead off here in the Monarchs' 7th. He swings and misses at the first offering he sees from Ty Riley. Ended up giving up a run in his first inning of work. A couple of hits in that frame. Tries to bounce back here. It's the bottom of the order. 0-1 is Coffey. Fights one off right side. Kreitzer can't make the catch as he tumbles into the outfield. And it's a base hit for Coffey, his second of the game, third time he's reached base.
Great effort, almost an outstanding play there from Brady Kreitzer. That was a good effort, close. Those balls are so hard to catch, that in-betweener between the outfielder and the infield.
So now Schneider will step in. 0 for 2. A couple runs scored as he's reached on a walk and an error. First pitch, a strike across to him. Schneider now a tough 0 for 9 in this series. No 1 pitch.
Ooh,
that one's not there. 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Riley deals. This one's fouled off 1-2. I mean, his motion looks vicious on the mound when he fires that heater.
It does.
Really rears back there and just fires it home.
He's usually my catch play partner, and we threw today pretty good long toss, and he said his arm was feeling really good. He was expecting to actually start in 3 days' time, but it looks like they decided to go with him tonight early. But good thing he was feeling good. Unfortunately, hitting him just there to put a batter on first and second now for the Monarchs.
Hit by pitch there for Austin Schneider. Puts him on first and second with Jacob Wiltshire coming to the dish. Batcats have had some mixed results over the last year here at Hobart Detter Field. They ended up beating the Monarchs 13-5 in the last regular season game played here against Hutch. But they lost the first game of the series last season, 6-5 on a walk-off hit by pitch, about the hardest way you can lose a game. Ended up 1-1. Obviously had their moment in the Midwest Regional Tournament, back-to-back walk-off wins against, starting with the Dodge City A's, and then they beat the Hutch Monarchs here, both on walk-off plays. 0-2.
Ty not
outside,
slowing
1-2,
it down for him at all. Blowing 2 fastballs right by him early in the count. Decided to go with that again. That to me is good pitching, good what we call pitcher's brain. We're not the smartest guys on the field, but to know how a hitter's reacting to the pitches you're throwing is important. There you go again, jamming him with a fastball.
And that one popped out. Kreitzer able to make this catch for the first out, and that'll bring up the top of the order. Those couple of games were during the Cardiac Cats era of Batcat baseball. They beat Hutch 9-8 on a Jordan Maxson RBI single, if you remember his magical run here in the Midwest Regional Tournament, and then into the NBC World Series. The way that he played, hit over 400 in that set of games. Starting to get the nickname Mr. August for his play there as they bunt this one up the first base side. And that's going to be another hit as Musto couldn't barehand it. Bases are loaded. That's a second bunt hit in this one for these Monarchs. That one goes to Lane Brewster. Then the following day, Kyle Gates' chopper over to first was beat out. And Mike Grover slid into home to beat the Dodge City A's 6-5. And then that pretty much helped the Butts take to the NBC. And got the job done here at Hobart Detter. Got the chance to play at Riverfront Stadium, home of the Wichita Wind Surge, and ended up finishing 5th place after a loss to Cheney. At that point, they were just so depleted on pitching. It's pretty much difficult. They had a new signee, Zach Ebert, go and pitch that game. As this one knuckled out towards center field. That's a base hit for Bryce Logan. 1 run comes across to score. Here comes Schneider. He'll score as well. 2 across for the Monarchs, and it's 11-5.
Is that where they got the cardiac Batcats name there?
That was the one, that stretch of two back-to-back games here at Hobart Detter.
That's tough. I mean, pitching's everything in baseball when it comes to getting things going and actually playing a game, and especially holding a team. So no team wants to run into the cardiac Cats era, like you said.
It was
I like that.
A tough way to end up losing those games. This one flown out to Kyle Gates tagging from third as Lane Brewster. He scores, and Sawyer Thornhill has the sacrifice fly to make it 12-5. So now it's just a runner on first, and Hunter Autry comes up. This is the third inning that Hutch scored 3 runs. They did the same in the fourth and the fifth, and now they have a comfortable 7-run lead. And that's a strike across 0-1. All around, certainly that was a special time in Batcat baseball. 1 ball and 1 strike count to Autry.
Even though giving up, 4 runs now, Ty's still getting some pretty weak contact and just cheap base hits over the infield. Some good offensive bunting from the Monarchs, and baseball's not always going to go your way, even if you're feeling good up on the mound. So hopefully he can get himself out of this one.
Here's a 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. So the count is 2-2. Here's the set and the pitch. Down low, and the count's full. Autry 2 for 4 in this game. And here's Riley's 3-2 pitch, runner on the move, and this one in the air behind the second base bag. Whole gaggle of Batcats. It'll be Drea Morrow that squeezes it for the third out, but this Monarchs offense continues to just march on. 3 runs there in the bottom of the 7th. Lead up to 12-5 here on the Batcats Media Network.
This is outfielder Riley Silva, and you're watching Batcats Baseball on the Batcats Media Network.
Batcats now well behind 12-5 the score. And we're in the 8th inning, so Batcats going to really need an offensive push. They want a chance in this one as Larinaga hits one foul on the first pitch over by the dugout. This play can't be made by Hunter Autry. And the count 0-1. Noah Kelly continuing to pitch well for the Monarchs in relief. Here's the 0-1. Up high. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Hey, Kim.
Unfortunately, the Batcats are going to need more than just, a big hit right now. We're going to have to definitely be smart, not give up outs on the bases, and string a lot of base hits together to try and come back into this game. And it is hard. 2 innings left, fighting for six runs to just even get close. 7 to tie it up, like 8 to win it. It is very tough to do, but, like we said, baseball is crazy and anything can happen.
Count 2-2. Simon Larinaga 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. 2-2 from Kelly. That one outside, and it's a full count. Batcats at risk of losing the top spot in the Sunflower Collegiate League. Cheney Diamond Dogs are playing 2 today against the Mulvane Patriots team that's really, really struggling, and they already beat them in game 1, 16-7. 3-2 swing and a miss. Larinaga out on strikes for the 3rd time. So at this point, the 2 teams are tied at the top of the Sunflower Collegiate League, and if Cheney wins today and the Batcats lose, it'll be the Diamond Dogs at the top of the conference. Now, the Batcats certainly have an opportunity to make up for that. They play Cheney in mid-July, but you still got to worry about Hutch as well, who's just behind you, and you lose 2 to them, then you lose the ability to control your own destiny as this is fouled away. Connor Allen behind 0-1 to start this at-bat. So a lot of baseball to play, still nearly a month of action left to go, but just worth keeping your eye on it. If this result holds, there'll just be just 1 game between the Monarchs and the Batcats.
That's the Yahoo guy. Maynard is the streamer.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Will Maynard? Yeah.
Here's the pitch. Outside. Allen 0 for 3 as well. Middle of the order's been a little quiet for the Batcats. 1-2. That's outside. 2-2. They're combined 3-4. Simon Larinaga, Connor Allen 0 for 7.
Yeah, absolutely. The best of Fortenberry.
It'll be a 2-2 pitch. And Allen goes fishing for it. Swing and a miss, but he will reach here on the drop 3rd strike. As that one skipped way away from the catcher, Nixon Brannon.
We'll take that. Anything helps. Like we said, we're going to have to hit these runs in for sure. So anything free we can grab is going to help give us a chance of even closing that margin just a bit.
So Kyle Gates comes to the plate, 2 for 3, and watches the first pitch upstairs, 1-0. Sometimes it can be the small things for you that spark some kind of a rally.
Definitely.
Even if it is on something like a drop 3rd strike. 1-0 from Kelly, and Gates gets underneath this one. It's into foul ground by 3rd. Thornhill makes the catch just into fair territory for the 2nd out. Been a lot of infield flyouts for the Batcats. They've just really gotten under a few. Yeah, all around it's just been a lot of guys getting under the ball.
And that's and still with both teams scoring 5 and more runs, it's like the ball's definitely getting hit around today. It's an exciting game to watch if you're a spectator.
And the first pitch, a strike to Colby Christian as he hits with 2 outs and 1 on.
Hasn't been really any lack of action, has there? Any of the innings?
Yeah, there seems to be some kind of threat at some point for everybody. The Batcats had a little bit of a lull there in the 5th and 6th, and they went 1-2-3 in both of those innings. But otherwise, there's been at least a threat of offense at all times. Nothing in 2 count. And here's the 0-2. And this is inside, 1-2. Colby 0 for 3. 2 flyouts and a ground out. Kelly 1-2. And that one skips away from Brannon. Allen didn't hesitate. He gets the second. So the count at 2-2 to Connor Allen.
As long as I've got good, clear audio.
From the belt, Kelly ready. Here's the 2-2. On the ground, a chopper to first base, and it gets by Autry and into the outfield. Connor Allen going to be waved around. He will score. And that makes it a 6-run game. All around that, an ugly run to give up for the Hutch Monarchs as Allen reached on a drop third strike, advanced the second on a wild pitch, and then came around to score on an error by Hunter Autry.
Anything
Bearcats
helps,
will take it, though.
Anything helps. It's crazy, you know, watching a game like this, you'd think, like we're saying, it's hard to come back in this game, but it's definitely happened in baseball before. I've witnessed it. So all hope isn't lost there.
Musto swings and misses there. Start this at bat. And the 0-1. Check swing and fouled off by Musto. So it'll be 0-2.
I've asked hitters before. They do say that is actually very annoying to check swing and actually foul it, because you're checking to see where it's at in the zone and if that's a pitch you can swing at, yes, but sometimes that foul ball goes into fair territory just because you put bat on it.
It was inside. 1-2. Musto 1 for 3, had that solo home run in the fourth and made it a 5-2 Batcat lead, but how the tides have changed, now down 12-6. That's up and away, 2-2. Here's Kelly. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and Musto is out on strikes. Kelly now has 2 punch-outs in this one, and his Monarchs lead by 6. Batcats did get a run there, but at this point, only 3 outs left. Not the end of the world for Hutch. So as we go to the bottom of the 8th, Monarchs well in control.
This is pitcher David Stewart. You're watching Batcats Media Network, home of the Great Bend Batcats.
Bottom of the 8th inning. Batcats down a bunch, 12-6 the score. Ty Riley will stay on just to try and get what you would expect would be the last 3 outs the Batcats need from a pitching/defense standpoint. Got a first pitch strike across to Nixon Brannon. Five, 6, and 7 due up for the Monarchs this inning as that one misses outside, 1-1.
Did you get the attendance, Danny? You say 286? 286.
Ready for the 1-1 pitch. That one outside, 2 balls and a strike. These teams back at it again tomorrow. Batcats will look for at least what you would expect to be a split. I mean, certainly plenty of baseball to play, but that's what you would expect based with 3 outs left and needing at least 6 runs. As counts now 2-2. But either way, the teams will finish up this series tomorrow here at Hobart Dinner. 7 o'clock first pitch.
Yeah, definitely a must-win if we do so happen to lose this one tonight. Tomorrow is a crucial game.
That one was outside, 3-2. That'll be game 3 of a 7-game straight stretch of baseball after this series concludes with the Monarchs tomorrow. It's 4 against Kingman that alternate home road, starting with Thursday at Al Burns. 3-2 pitch. And this one hit towards the middle. Morrill dives to make a great stop. He has no play. And that was a great flashing of the leather, though. Got to give him credit for that, even though Brandon reaches on an infield hit.
Seems to have found himself back comfortable out there. Hoping to get some more alternate games out there.
Kate Women.
Batcats have just been looking for more out of the bat at that spot, and Raytham had a really tough day yesterday, 0 for 4 strikeouts. So Roger Ward turned to Morrill, see if he could get a spark offensively. But again, the Batcats, talking about offense, not been a great subject the last 2 games. They have 8 hits in the last 17 innings of baseball. If you want to make him feel a little bit better, only 16 of those innings have been on offense. 1-1. Check swing. They will appeal to the field umpire. No swing. 2-1.
Well, you can also feel a little better in terms of, you're facing a good team, and baseball's so Jekyll and Hyde and up and down, and we've seen some great pitching this series, and sometimes it may take an adjustment when you beat a team by a lot of runs one game in another series, and it seems almost easier. Sometimes that overconfidence, and you face a buzzsaw pitcher, can really shut down the bats. You just got to find a way to wake them back up, right?
So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cade Clemens at the plate, and here's Ty Riley's delivery. Can't find it there, and it's 3-2. Riley's line in this one so far, 2 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs. They're all earned, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. The 3-2 pitch comes in and is fouled away. He followed up Braden Tower. 5 innings, 6 hits, 8 runs, 5 earned for Tower. 2 walks. He didn't strike out anybody in this outing. So ready for the 3-2. This is in. Wow. Ball 4.
Ty shrugging his shoulders, not knowing really where that missed. Thinking he got a strikeout there.
Carson Coffey.
So they're on first and second with Carson Coffey at the plate. First offering. Swung on and missed. That one just got away from Connor Allen. And that puts runners on second and third. Originally, it looked like it was fouled off considering how high the ball bounced to the backstop. But that one, there was no bat on it. That just got away from Allen. So second and third. 0-1 count. Allen talked with Riley there to try and get them back on the same page.
The one he recorded sounded like the David Spade character. No, John Lovitz.
The hardest thing about having this 7-game series is, again, we talk about that pitching requirement. You can almost feel like, as a pitcher, if you're out there and struggling, you're getting a little left hanging. You'd hope for some support. it is tough with a run difference like this, but even a closer game, trying to think about the days ahead, you really got to hope you play one game at a time.
Silva catches this one on a liner to center field as Brandon comes across to score at 13-6.
Unearned run for right now. The left fielder, Austin Schneider.
And this will bring up Austin Schneider, and it's hard because, I mean, I even think it's hard as a manager because you're looking at it and you want to go give support, but you know you need these arms for the rest of the week, and as sad as it is to see Riley struggle a little bit like this, he's got to get himself out of it because you know you're going to need those arms if the game's close tomorrow. You need a big guy to come in and get some big outs, whether that be guys like Hagen Rose or other bullpen arms. You're going to need those guys.
1,000%. But the best thing about that is, yes, again, you want to win all the time. You want to be on top of stuff, but it is summable. It's not affecting his college career, so even a struggling outing like this, you would hope a pitcher can actually look at that and go, you know what, I built a little character, dealt with some trouble. Now I got time before that's going to happen again because I know how to deal with it. I know how to get out of it.
0-2, a check swing, and say that Schneider went around. That's a strikeout, 2 away. Third strikeout for Ty Riley. And that brings up the bottom of the order, Jacob Wiltshire. I think you appreciate these outings at certain points, though, because that's where you kind of learn to get a tougher skin. You have to deal with that
1,000%.
adversity.
No, you're 1,000% correct. Like we've said a couple of times today, there's so much of a mental game with playing baseball because it's so failure-based that when you fail more often then you succeed in a pitching outing, instead of being demoralized by it, you have to try your best to take as much as you can from it and say, okay, what did I learn here? Why was I messing up? And correct that for your next outing.
Riley's ahead 0-2 here on Jacob Wiltshire. He's 0 for 2. He's got a sacrifice fly and a hit by pitch, so a couple of productive ABs for him, or plate appearances, I should say. Here's the 0-2. He reaches for this one, hits it into foul ground. Simon Larinaga over by first makes the catch, and that ends the bottom of the 8th inning. Another run across for the Hutch Monarchs. They have scored in 6 straight innings. And that kind of tells you the story in this one, 12-6. That gets only 3 more outs to work with.
Right here in the center of the whole USA, on the bend of a river, in the heart of the Sunflower State. Great people, great places, great band. You've got a day, a weekend, or a lifetime to spend with so many things to offer. Come again and again for great people, great places, great band. Great people, great places, great band.
This is outfielder Colby Christian for the Batcats. You're watching Batcats Baseball on the Batcats Media Network.
Mad Cats down by 6 or 7 at this point, actually, as it is 13-6. Brady Kreitzer going to lead off. Mad Cats need a monster rally here in the top of the 9th inning. They had the early lead, but just could not hold on in what turned into a really just an offensive showcase for the Monarchs. And unlike yesterday when they had 11 hits, the Bad Cats hung in there because the Monarchs left guys on. Bad Cats made some good situational pitches. Today has not been the same. Counts 2-1 here to Brady. That one misses 3 balls and a strike. Brady 0 for 3. Reached on an error, strikeout, and a flyout. And this one on the ground over to third base.
Wow.
Great pick there by
Great
Thornhill.
play.
Great throw. Hey, how about that defense?
Great play.
Also neglected to mention we had a new arm on the mound for the Monarchs. It's Reed Scott trying to finish this one off. Hutch Blue Dragon himself playing on his home field and get some help from his defense there. First pitch to Drea Marl. He's on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Scott 5.40 ERA, 6th appearance out of the pen for him. Pitch 6 and 2/3 innings, 9 strikeouts to 7 walks. Had a scoreless outing his last time he was on the bump. That was at Derby. Gave up 1 hit in 2 innings of work. 0-2 to Amaro. He swings and misses, puts him away on 3 pitches. Bad Cats down their last out. Strikeouts have been a real problem for the Bad Cats. They struck out 14 times as a team yesterday, and in this game, they've struck out 13 times.
Yeah, not the best stat to have pumped up a little bit, you know. But, again, hoping we can turn that around tomorrow, have a new day, get a restart. Both teams have to come out and, you know, to lose, they still have to hit as well. So we can hope our pitching can get us ahead.
Alex Rogers, the DH, takes first pitch strike. 0-1 from Scott, swing and a miss there, 0-2. Actually, check that. That one fouled off, but still an 0-2 count to Alex Rogers. Scott working with some real velocity.
He's got that 3/4 arm slot too. You see quite a good tight break on his slider, as well as a firm fastball. Not quite sidearm, but definitely a lower than a over the top slot. Looked like it almost hit Alex in
yeah, that was a
head.
top. Almost got him in the noggin.
It was a glove sound, actually, not a helmet. Thank goodness. You don't want to be hit in the face.
Especially when you're coming off an ankle injury. That's the next thing you need.
Well, yeah. I actually hit a guy this season, past college season, in the face, and Alex just dodges another one over the top of his head. But it's a scary situation. You know, he squared the bunt, inside two-seam, chases him, and it hit him in the face, and he got knocked unconscious on the field, and I was freaking out, and I felt horrible. It was a 8-inning one-hitter at the time, and unfortunately that guy got hit, and it was crazy. But, you know, Raj, again, holding tight there on a slider, almost getting hit for a 3rd time this at-bat.
3-2.
And a 4th.
And a 4th. All 4 of those balls were inside. And he gets a walk. Bad Cats not dead yet.
To be honest, I wouldn't throw to Raj either. I'd be pitching very around the zone. Very dangerous hitter. And when you're talking about rallying, yes, there's 2 out, but that's someone that you can't really afford to just let him square up a ball for free, because that could be the start of something crazy.
The first pitch to Riley Silva's a strike, 0-1. Just for the last 2 days, Bad Cats kind of need to reset themselves offensively. Like we said, 4 hits now And this is their 18th offensive inning because they did come to the plate in the bottom of the ninth in yesterday's loss. So, not going in. That's way inside and hits Riley Silva.
There we go. Pitching a little bit wild. Got two very short, quick outs. Cheap outs, you could almost say, and then hits and walks somebody.
So now this is Simon Larinaga for 4, 3 strikeouts.
Maybe it is too hopeful to say maybe this is the start of something, but
it's hard
we do
with 2
still
outs.
Have to
If
get
you're at the beginning of the
outs,
inning, there's a chance. But
100%.
First pitch. Oof. Swing and a miss there from Simon. 0-1.
Baseball's such a statistical game. It's very low odds that with 2 outs, that is the start of something, you know.
Here's the 0-1, and Larinaga hit a chopper to third. Charging on it is Thornhill. He throws, and it is in time to get the last out. And the Monarchs make it 2 out of 3 so far against the Bad Cats. 2 teams will play tomorrow to decide this series. Bad Cats will be looking for a split, while the Monarchs will be looking to win the series. And if they do so, they'll draw even with the Bad Cats in the standings, who, if Cheney wins their game, they'll be a full game ahead of the Bad Cats in the standings at the top of the SCL. It'll be the first time really all season that the Bad Cats have dropped out of the first spot. I think every team, you have to have your testing moment. It's rarely going to be just a gliding through the season, you know, skippity-doo-dah, and then you're done.
Never. No team's ever encountered that. Tough loss for the boys tonight. Hopefully we can bounce back tomorrow and, like we said, get those bats awake. That's what we're lacking. Pitching wasn't even bad today. They just were swinging the bat really well, I think. So, you know, we got to find something out.
We'll see how it shakes out for the Bad Cats when they come here to Hobart Dinner tomorrow at 7 o'clock. We'll step aside here on the Bad Cats Media Network for a post-game show, and then we will shut it down, and hopefully the Bad Cats will have a resurgence of some kind tomorrow. But stay where you are for now. We are back here on the Bad Cats post-game show. Quick wrap-up for this one here in Hutch. We'll give the player of the game award. You give it to basically anyone on the Hutch offense with the 13 runs on 12. Let's go to Bryce Logan, though, for his 3-for-5 effort. 2 RBIs, a pretty consistent day for him overall. Helped the Monarchs with that comeback over the 4th, 5th, and 6th when they really had the aggressive comeback. He was definitely part of what made it good, and he played well in the field as well defensively. But, I mean, really, anyone on the Monarchs could be your pick overall as they really smoked the Bad Cats 13-6 in this one. Bad Cats only mustered 4 hits. Brent Herman gets the win in relief, 3-0. Braden Tower got the loss in this one, and he drops to 2-1. Just really got knocked around. Didn't get a ton of help from his fielding, but didn't help himself either. As that bottom of the 4th and the bottom of the 5th really just got to him, going from a 5-2 lead to a 5-5 tie to an 8-5 deficit. And the Bad Cats could not bounce back from it overall, but they will try and at least get a split here against the Hutch Monarchs in the game tomorrow after the Diamond Dogs win their first game today. They are now technically a half a game ahead of the Bad Cats in the Sunflower Collegiate League, and in Game 2, Cheney already has a 5-1 lead over Mulvane, so the likelihood is that the Bad Cats will be behind the Diamond Dogs in the SCL come tomorrow, but still a little more than a month to go in the season, still an opportunity, or actually a little less than a month, I should say, to go in the season for the Bad Cats, so there's still plenty of time to make amends overall, and at least try and get a split here against the Hutch Monarchs as the Bad Cats fall on it. Final score goes in as 13-6, and the Cats will hopefully have a little more offense and bring a little more offense with them to the ballpark tomorrow to face these Monarchs. But for now, we'll just have to lick the wounds and hopefully come back with a fresh attitude after 8 hits in the last 18 innings of offensive baseball. So that'll do it for us here, though, from Hobart Field. For my partner tonight, Brett Allen, the rest of the crew here with the Bad Cats Media Network, my name's Mark McClure, saying farewell from Hutchinson.